Okay, well, now I'd like to welcome to the stage one of my favorite people in the metaverse. He runs the Thrive Pavilion. You probably know him. He's been here once before, but things have changed so much. So we really need to catch up with Mr. Rob here from Thrive. Come on up, Rob.
Hey, Lolly, thanks.
Hey, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see
Awesome.
you too. Have a seat, sir.
Thank you. I'm going to take this side over here.
All right.
There we go.
Do you want to bring your co-world people up, or
absolutely.
do you want to? Okay.
Yeah, I brought a few people with me from Thrive. We have Pat Parker and then Southern Jen.
All right. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. Yeah. Hey. So thank you, ladies, for joining us too. So Rob, I'm going to let you take over with introducing everybody and tell us a little bit about y'all.
Yeah, sure. So I came to Horizon Worlds probably in like January of 2002. So about a year and a half now. And one of the things that I was looking at, particularly sort of like after the pandemic, my family actually started to use it. My wife, my daughter, myself, and my daughter lived far away from us. She lived in California. We lived in North Carolina. So we started to use VR and Horizon Worlds as a way to sort of socialize just as us, as the three of us. And one of the comments that my wife was, boy, it really feels like she's there. Right, we were actually, and I think we all understand that because we were in this platform a lot, right? Where there is a real social connection. You do feel like you're with people when you're doing this, even though you're not. And it's much different than like during the pandemic. We all did the Zoom calls and sort of those things, and it just wasn't the same. So I kind of put that together, and then with what I did professionally and in technology, particularly for older adults, and I was like, boy, wouldn't it be interesting to see if they're if older adults could use this platform to socialize with one another, because we all experienced in the pandemic what it meant to be social isolated and away from your friends and family. But it's often where older adults sort of remain that way, either because of physical limitations or because their social network in the real world has changed for various reasons. So decided to build a world here called the Thrive Pavilion. And, not only having that world, but there's a bunch of activities that we do. So we do about 20 activities now a month for people to, we use a lot of different worlds. We play a lot of different games, or we invite people in to give talks or lectures, or we do book clubs, things that you would do in the real world, but do it here on this platform. And it's been growing organically. Just other people telling other people about it, etc. And we have lots of folks that return all the time, and that's what two people that I brought up here with me. Pat, she joined, I think, sort of in the fall of last year, maybe the winter. That has become a real regular at Thrive. And Jen's been with us for a long time. I was trying to think the first time we met. It's probably at least a year, maybe more, that Jen has come to lots of different events, and there's a good friend groups that have formed at Thrive. Or I think Jen came because she knew somebody else who was in the group. Yes. And we just continuously kind of grown and expand what we're doing, and who comes and visits us and stuff like that. And it's been a real good. I think it's a real good example of what social connection inside of the metaverse can be.
Yes.
That's not necessarily about like shooting games or something like that, but really the connection and that thing that makes you want to return other people.
Yes. Right? That's you guys are so good with your regular calendar of events. You just keep adding things and adding things. And Rob, you're so good at, I see it. I mean, I see all your calendars. I see everything that's coming all the time. So it's out there for anybody to see. So you're really good at managing your calendar and organizing events. So the world is very, very active and really attractive to people because there's so much going on in there.
That's right.
And now, do you don't, are the events specifically for older people, or if younger people join the events, would they be allowed to come? How does that work?
Yeah, we're not necessarily specific to adults. I think our events are a bit more focused on, let's say, an older crowd. And I think some of them, we do have like discussion groups that are topics about like, about getting older or aging. Right. more senior topics.
Right.
A lot of times we go and play cards, or dice 10,000, or we'll do bowling and things like that are not necessarily age specific.
Bocce ball. I learned about bocce ball from you guys.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we
that
play
was
that
fun.
a lot. And that's the idea of that is not only it's fun, but it kind of falls into our physical activity sort of
Yes.
part. So just remaining physically active.
Yeah.
So
and I know you've welcomed volunteers to help out. Which is where some of us can come in. If you guys like Sturm, I know Sturm does some world tour stuff because he does it anyway. So he's been spending a little time with you guys doing some world tours, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are looking for volunteers that may want to lead certain events, or if you have a particular, we do a lot of social media like that. You can always use help outside of the world as well, or outside of Horizon Worlds, because we have pretty active social media.
Consider volunteering. Consider having conversations with older people. You could learn something and they can learn something, or you can show them how to do something in the metaverse. And how nice is that? How does that feel good to share with somebody your world and things you can do in there? And I think that's all beautiful. Pat, you want to tell us, how you came to find Thrive?
Hi, Lolly.
Hi.
Well, I'm 83 years old, so I'm definitely a senior. My husband died in December, and 2 weeks later I bought a VR. And
I'm back.
Found Thrive. And for me, it's meeting people, because my family lives in Wisconsin. I live in Florida. And I felt very, very isolated. My husband for 50 years was my best friend. And I met so many people here, and I feel, people that don't have a VR don't really understand. It's not, you're talking to real people with real voices, and you're making friends, and you're going places, and you're doing things. And I try to tell my relatives and my other friends about it, and they don't quite understand it. But I did have a girlfriend 2 weeks ago that I talked into getting a VR, and she's been on almost every day since then. She loves it.
So for older people, this is a great way to get to do all these fun things, right? Without having to leave our house. And, you guys might not be older, but you got grandmothers and aunts and things that are.
Right.
So, maybe the family considers this a great gift for you. If you have an unhappy, maybe, and I'm not saying that they have to be unhappy. I just mean people that are lonely or isolated. This is a great gift for them. It's a whole new world.
Yeah, I don't feel isolated at all. I feel like
that's
like
great.
I belong. Right.
Well, I'm so glad you came, Pat, because this is just
Thank
wonderful.
you.
This is a great community. How about you, Jen? What was your introduction?
Lisa brought me into Thrive, and we've been doing it all the time. And another thing, this is a weird statement. I'm able to socialize without me getting anxiety
Right.
with people.
Right.
Sure.
So that, and I love it. It keeps me occupied. My mind I'm not isolated. I'm not just sitting around. I'm doing something or socializing with somebody. And that has improved my emotion state. That makes
wonderful.
Sense.
Right.
And that's not unique to older people. That is anxiety is something that every age is dealing with, even kids,
Yes.
all of them. Kids come in here and tell me, I'll say, why would you be in the Soapstone, you guys? There's comic book worlds, there's carnivals. Why are you in the Soapstone? You know what they say to me? I'm lonely. And there are people in the Soapstone, and I want someone to talk to. And they even like having adults to talk to, because maybe mom and dad are working real hard and just don't have the time to spend with them. So, all of us have these issues. So VR has helped all of us. I hope some of you guys do volunteer at Thrive, because I'm doing it only an hour a week. That's all I've been able to do right now, but I'm having a blast hanging out with these guys. They're fun. We have a great time playing games.
Really appreciate the time that you've been able to give us.
Yeah, it's just fun.
And Sturman also, if you want to know new worlds and stuff like that, he's totally
great.
on top of it. He
And
always
I
has
want to
something
thank
fun
Rob
to do.
for doing the Thrive, starting the Thrive, because I've met new people in there, and it's, like I said, it's out of the box, but in the box.
Yeah.
And you made new friends and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So I want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
And what do
Yeah,
you
well, that
guys
was the whole
think
goal.
about the benefits to your health? Do you feel like you're getting health benefits? I know if it's helping you dealing state, that's a big benefit. What about
Yes.
physical? Are you guys finding that this is helping you physically, or does it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I know Carrie's experienced that.
Mm-hmm.
She's been saying it's been helping with her condition, and she's been able to do Tai Chi and things like that. So
Right.
that she wouldn't normally do in real life. So that's awesome. So I just wondered how you guys were feeling about the physical aspects of it.
Yeah,
Well,
when I first started over a year and a half ago, I only thing I was really playing was Beat Saber, and I did lose weight doing that every day because it made me move. Where I was
Right.
sitting on my computer all day, now I'm getting up sometimes and moving.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
All good. Right. Very good.
I really can't say that it's helped me physically because I'm afraid to do anything standing up. I sit on the couch and use it because I'm afraid of falling.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mhm.
do go to the gym 3 times a week. So
Oh, look at you. But you are
But,
getting a lot of mental stimulation though, and lots
absolutely.
of
And
socialization.
I feel physically better because of that. You know,
Yes.
I feel stronger just not being isolated, meeting people and going places and doing things, even if I am on my couch.
Right.
And
No.
the rest of the day I exercise or go to the gym or whatever I have to do to stay physically fit. But I'm afraid of falling. I live alone. And so I really don't do like the Beat Saber, and I do the things sitting down. So
Well, I don't blame you. My husband was
Yeah.
playing laser tag the other day, and he flew into the wall. Looks like somebody took
Yeah.
a baseball bat to him. He's got
Mhm.
bruises all
Oh,
down
no.
his arm. It's just like that man cannot stain his guardian, but that's a whole other problem.
And
So-
another thing, I've came like with me and Lisa, we have become really, really good friends. And
Mhm.
Cherie, and there's Loretta. We just have a bond that is different, but it's awesome. Does that
It
make
is.
sense?
Yes,
I'm
it
starting-
is.
I'm starting to make friends too, like that. Ellen, I feel like Ellen's a friend.
Ellen's cool. I like
Yeah.
Ellen. Yeah, it's a lot
She
of
beat me at
fun.
bowling last night.
She
Pretty
did.
bad. She did. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
She's one of those game shark types that
She is.
lurks
Yeah.
in the back. I know how she
Yep.
is. She
Mhm.
beat the
She's
crap out
she
of me a few times.
practices.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I go on Wander with Ellen, and we see
Oh,
the
yeah.
world.
Mhm.
Yeah, isn't that a great
Travel
app,
buddies.
Wander?
Oh, that's wonderful.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, when we're in groups like this, we learn from each other just all
Right.
the different
Yes.
things that are available out there to
Mhm.
us. It's so
Mhm.
great.
One of the projects that we have ongoing at Thrive is a way to capture the stories and memories of older adults. So it's our vignettes project. We have
Yes.
2 of them. On the 15th, we're also unveiling another vignette. It's actually Pat's memory.
Ooh, beautiful.
It was built by
Yeah,
Shea
it was
Arts.
so much fun.
So
it-
explain that in detail so they understand what you're talking about.
Yes.
I've seen the other two. They were amazing. So
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But what's common is to to have to be able to tell stories cross the generation, usually from the older generation to the younger generation. There's lots of ways to do that. People have recorded them or shared photos or things like that. What we do in vignettes is we take a story that an older adult has, pair the older adult up with Pat with a creator. In this case, we were really
Shay.
fortunate to pair Pat with Shay. And then Shay creates a 3D, a very small sort of mini world of Pat's memory. I won't go into the memory. You'll see it on
maybe
the
share one
15th.
of the other people's memories so they can kind of get an idea.
So the other memory, we have the 2 other ones we have. We have one, Lynn Fisher, who's kind of an OG person in Thrive. She shared her story of the 1964 World's Fair and what it was like to see the World's Fair. And we had Up Too Late built a really great world of that. Another story is actually back from the woman's 96, 97 now, of a memory she has when she was a little girl, like 9 years old in the 1930s, of being in a Catholic parade out in Little Italy in New York. and how she was an angel hanging above the crowd. So if you come to the Thrive Pavilion, you'll find a door to the vignettes. So you can see them. It's a way to kind of hear the memory. So the older adult explains the memory. You hear them talking, but then you also can walk through that memory.
Yeah, you can walk right into it.
So
I
you're kind of
really
become part of
enjoyed
it.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you're at
become
the
part of
World's
memory.
Fair
Yeah,
and you're listening to her
exactly.
story. It was beautiful. I loved
Yeah,
it.
it's a lot of fun. So we're going to be unveiling another one on the 15th. Pat's
Love it.
vignette with Shay, which is just it's incredible to work with
That's
Shay
wonderful.
for sure. She's
Beautiful.
such a great person.
Hey guys,
Hey.
loving the show. Thank you so much. This, like, I'm over there listening to this, and I'm almost crying, to be honest, because my main source of anxiety, I have something called generalized anxiety disorder. Long story, but my main source of anxiety now, that the only thing that sends me into anxiety attacks, is worrying about my mom. She is 71. She lives in Louisiana by herself. And I just had to move up to Tennessee with my wife. What can I do to maybe make her receptive to the idea of maybe getting on one of these one day? Because this sounds like something amazing. Like, she could come to my shows again, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, I perform improv and sing and all kinds of stuff here in the metaverse.
She can be with you right here in person while she's in another state.
Exactly.
Tell her that. What mother doesn't want to do that?
Send her the YouTube of this show.
Yeah, and
if she
show
goes
her what
on her
she can see.
phone, she can watch the YouTube video of this show. And I'm a lot older than her, and I never played video games. I never have.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I think one of the things, I actually come from the technology field. What you hear often, or we feel that older adults are not very good with high tech. And honestly, really the reason is high tech is what we consider high tech today, which is a flat screen piece of glass that you touch. That is honestly it's unnatural. Here, you basically unlearn all that stuff, because what we're doing is, like, I'm moving my hands by moving my hands. And if I want to look at Pat, I turn my head.
Right.
So you don't have to know, you really don't have to know technology. I'm talking with my voice. Right. I'm high-fiving Lolly, or you're picking stuff up, or we're playing bocce, you throw the ball with your arm. So this is a very natural environment where the technology kind of melts away. Like, you don't have to be good at technology. Honestly, that sort of two-dimensional tech that we think of being high tech, we're going to look back on that period where that was a thing. We're going to say, wow, that was ridiculous. Like, that technology was so bad. Because computers now are powerful enough where it can put three-dimensional objects in your space, or we can be in computer-generated spaces where we don't have to deal with technology that's on a screen anymore. So I think it becomes just really natural for people to use.
And if I could make another suggestion, when my girlfriend Diana got the VR, she didn't know how to get on, and you can call on the phone. Like, say you sent your mother a VR, you can call her on the phone, and you guys can be talking while you have yours on and she has hers on. And then you can tell her what to press, what to do in order to get on, so that you're together. Right. And it works out seamlessly.
Yes.
Okay.
Just tell her she can hug you.
That's right.
And stand next to you and watch you and hear you and play a game with you. Any mother is going to go, what? Yeah, she will like that. I know there are families doing that right now. Marvin is one of my favorite people, Marvin the Minion. His daughter discovered that she could be with her father in here. She lives in another state. They are spending time together now in here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So
I really hope I can. I'll show her this video, and I really hope I can. I can get her on.
Send
Thank
her
you
our
all
way
very
if you
much.
get her online.
That's
Send her our way,
exactly
for
the
sure.
idea. Way am I not follow? Yeah, I'm gonna give you a
Please
follow
do.
if you guys don't mind.
Okay,
If that's
fine.
okay.
I'll
Perfect.
follow you.
Much love.
right,
Thank you
Sheena.
guys so much. Y'all have a fantastic
right.
day. God bless.
Perfect.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it is perfect for everybody, because all of us are in a situation where, the world is a little bit different than it was before COVID. We're all still a little more cautious, and people, are a little hesitant to be in big places even today. And so all these things give us that socialization maybe without risk if you're in a category of health that puts you there, that you don't feel comfortable in large crowds even today. So
thank you so much for having us.
yeah,
Thank
we
you.
absolutely loved having you guys. Thank you for taking time out of your busy days. And everybody, just remember, if you've got some older people in your family, this might be a fantastic Christmas gift. These now, the Quest 2s are pretty cheap. Aren't
they're
they
going
down to
down
like $200 or something, or something
I
like
think
that?
you can pick one up now.
Yeah, you can get them pretty cheap. Go ahead, Sheehan.
When the Quest 3 comes out, the Quest 3 is supposed to be $500, and the Quest 2 will be supposedly going down to $300. I'm not sure if it's already done that yet. That's just from what I've seen from the research.
Yeah, and then
that I
you can
did
get
at
them
one
on.
point.
And I'm sure you'll be able to get them even more on the secondhand market, because some people will sell their
Right,
Quest 2 when they buy
get
Quest
the
3.
Quest
Yeah,
So
used is a whole other market. Yeah.
yeah,
I got mine
So,
for
I mean,
200 on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I know,
yeah, there you go.
I know somebody that paid
Sorry to interrupt.
150. Yeah, so no, you didn't
Yeah.
interrupt
That's
at
good.
all, not at all.
Good info.
Yep, no, so they're out there, so consider it, and if not, then maybe the family can get together and buy somebody one. But it's a great thing for older people to not feel isolated. I'm trying to get one, save up the money from one of my friends right now. She's in her 70s and bedridden and not happy because
Right.
she's bedridden. She's not
Yeah,
happy.
That's terrible.
I know that WAC veteran, one of a friend of
Right,
all of ours,
right.
she has MS, and she shared with us that she's actually getting stronger, which is a phenomenal thing that her doctors don't understand. But because her mind is stimulated, because she's physically doing things and she's so socially connected, she's feeling better. And
Yeah.
she said she's a completely different person that she was a year ago because of
Right.
VR. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
great.
crazy.
It's all wonderful, right?
Right,
So
right.
thank
Yes.
you guys for taking time out of your day. Thank all of you guys for being here. It's wonderful to see you. And it was another great show and another great audience. So appreciate it, you all.